content. I've already started scouting because it's about time we got into Stargate, so...
Actually, bandages if people need them, and some blood.
Alright, I'm going to say this on yelling for your briefing, guys. Really simple. You're at the flag that's marked spawn. I left a flag on the airfield. I probably should have deleted that one, but that just represents that. This is the spawn base. This is just a training exercise. You're fighting FIA for this operation. Your transport are 2 armed RHIBs in the water. You have to take those as your ingress. You can't walk in. But you decide where to land. There is an ammo cache at Medusa Rock, and there is an ammo cache at an unmarked abandoned military base to the south. You must destroy both, and then leave the circled area, the little oval shaded part. And as long as you're not under contact, we can automatically index. Any questions?
Nope.
What kind of gear enemy have?
FIA have standard 5.56 rifles, 6.5 millimeter machine guns, a few HMGs, possibly a few technicals, and there is a limited number of them. There are only up to 100.
Just 100, okay. So nothing heavier than like trucks with 50s.
Correct.
Okay. Including like BTRs or BRDMs.
Just off-road 50 cals are what I'm going to throw at you, if I want to throw an armed vehicle at you. Also, this is 1 life, and everything you should have in the arsenal if you need it. So, gimmick is AI are more accurate, which won't be a problem as long as they're doing the operation properly. Another gimmick, which is more for me, is I'm limited to 100 units. So this is a 24-person garrison plus 4 plus 4. That would be 32. Plus 4 plus 4 is 40. And then this is another 24 garrison. And then another 4 on that would be 64, 72 already down in the field. So I can spawn up to about 3 more squads worth of dudes as QRF. And that's all I'm going to do. So I like how they back their thing up on the rear so they can, you know, just quickly get it and go. But I also like what this group did because the 50 cal's right there. So if they need to fall back, they can just get on the 50 to cover themselves. 2 different things there. I normally don't attack landing LZs, but on occasion I do. If I had an unlimited number of infantry, which I normally keep for myself within reason, in operations like we had in the Paw Patrol op, then I could potentially attack that LZs because it's pretty close, and I have done that to, you know, some groups in the past. But again, with a limited amount of AI, I'll only attack it if I have a reason to. I'm also thinking about adding a non-symmetrical campaign into my hosting billet. What that means is I won't take for TSB, I want to start hosting on another campaign, but I won't tie it to any specific slot. It'll just be, you know, when there are open slots, like maybe once a week, you know, on a Tuesday afternoon, and then the next week it might be the Wednesday afternoon, and then might be the Thursday evening, because I feel like it, even though it probably wouldn't be that slot. But
static facing northwest.
Oh yeah, no, they totally heard. Yeah, so this is them reacting to the sound from TFAR locally. AI will actually react. I was about to test it, but I'm like, yeah, no, we just heard him.
On the way. Roger that.
So now the game is afoot. People never believe me, but I mean, there you go. They literally just reacted to him.
Understood. Understood.
You know, we can still hear him.
Someone dropped a knife vision.
But one of them was on yelling.
On the way.
All right, now we're gonna pop grenades over. That was him throwing a smoke grenade. That's a scripted thing. And Granite got grenaded by the other grenade there. So Edda's dragging Skelly back. That's just a texture glitch right there with his body.
Solid copy. Copy.
Trying to have these guys move up.
On the way.
There's the 50 cal now firing up. Yanni just got decked right there. I got that guy coming around. All right, we're gonna have the 50 cal come down. Try to do a flank here. And the AI here just on garrison. Now they're all being mobile. I didn't mean for that to happen, but I'll take it. Now Malin's down over here. Because they're getting pinned by that machine gun. So even a simplistic op, it can be very tough. There goes Iopus. There's 250 cals there.
Oh, you're kidding.
That went down in front of him. So now these guys need to get unified here. The fact that people are kind of running off on their own and getting dropped right now is not a good sign. Good use of AT there to take out that machine gun. I honestly have no idea why these guys are garrisoned, but I'll have to look into that. Might be my VCOM settings just freaking out. And then this car has decided not to move yet, so I will go ahead, send them in again.
Roger that. Copy that.
Yeah, and these guys still do not want to come up here. Holy now just took 2 hits. Yanni's trying to drag Granite back. So I do like the concave these guys are getting. They've got 4 down right now. It's just, you know, people are too separated out to communicate. Everyone kind of broke apart. Now it's not really working out for him here.
Copy, I'm working on that.
So Yanni's now working on Malin. Edda got up here. He's working on Iopus. I don't know what the status is of Skelly here. Got that other 50 cal firing. Larry just got picked off. And the Garretson, they picked up that 50 cal again. And I believe he was firing up at Yanni, but wasn't able to get a hit.
Ouch.
There he's woken back up. He's pulling back. Now the AI, this is VCOM here. Again, I'm experimenting with new settings. Now I have a lot of people being worked on. Let me look at the add-on options real quick. Let me look at missions. I just want to make sure medical's working fine. Make sure I didn't boop anything, because the only thing I adjusted here is I turned that from 3.5 to 3. Alright, so I got Skelly up. I'm now going to push these guys. Test that flank.
Coming in from the north.
Roger
On the
that.
road.
They got most of their guys up at this point. Techie is coming up. Oh dear, Iopus might get shot in the back here at this point.
Understood.
There's Holy Light getting picked off from the rear. Yanni goes up and picks him off.
On the way. On the way. Roger that. On the way.
Now I'm trying to circle that technical, but I can't do a full circle right here, so I'm just going to keep it mobile instead. So far, so good. These guys are going to be limited on medical, though, since they just had to get a lot of people up with that. Shield didn't respawn on him, but that's fine. And I'm going to start popping grenades willy-nilly. That might get Iopis. Nope, it fell too far down. Alright. Gonna go ahead and start grabbing guys and pulling out AT and just firing it. Ooh. No, I just got headshotted right there.
Fire at that soldier.
Fire up at the ridge. Technical went down. I've got blue lights on this guy. It's probably not going to be too helpful. I don't know where they are back there. I'm just having guys throw grenades up. Hit the wrong button there. So now you have them all trying to maneuver. So for the most part, about half the garrison's dead. I'm going to send this group down to try to support. But they almost all lost in the first engagement. They just got glitched into rocks right there. Throwing some grenades up there. They're bouncing around pretty hard. So we're getting grenades getting thrown back and forth here. We got one guy right here flanking. Again, I want to let the AI do most of the work, but got a nice group kind of coming up on him right here. And I still have 3 squads I can send whenever I want. So I think I'm going to send 1 squad in now. And I'll keep the other 2 on reserve.
Ready for orders. Solid copy. Roger that.
Have them get called in to flank on that group. Holy pushed up on his own, got hit right there.
Holy, you good?
He just woke up. Yeah, so the V40s are bouncing around way too much. We have a machine gunner coming around on their rear, though. That could be an issue. AT just got fired because they're aiming at the techie. Might see another rocket come in a second. I do like how they commandeered the techie for use. And now you're seeing a push go out. I'm going to break these guys apart and send them around because they are kind of stuck on those rocks. And I'm going to have this machine gunner close the gap here. All right, so Yanni and Larry have been sent in. The cache itself is actually in here. It's a little on the inconspicuous side. Yanni just got shot trying to cross. And I'm going to bring this guy up. Put him behind this rock and line him up, and I'm going to let him do the shooting. All right, otherwise you got Larry. Yanni has woken back up. I'm still trying to send all these units around. Skelly, they just noticed that the guy's right there. Grenade just got bounced off the rock. I'm not sure if that was smoke or a frag, though. That was a frag. Oh, gosh, it bounced. Oh, wait, no, I think that was theirs.
That got me good.
Went off right on Edda there. I still got that group moving in.
On the way.
I'm going to try maneuvering this group onto the cache itself here. So far, I mean, they've been almost wiped once. Flank could have happened a lot harder there, but they've persevered there. The one issue I am seeing, though, is these two guys out in front could easily get pinched off and killed. So they gotta be careful, and the flank isn't over yet here. Do you have grenades? Yeah, those things they're offensive grenades, so they go really far. They just don't have that big of an explosion. And they definitely bounce around. So Yanni and Larry, they gotta be careful, because now they're getting shot at. See, they think it's friendly fire, but in reality, they're being shot at from dudes that came up to that flank, and they haven't noticed yet. I think this guy's stuck on the rock, because he looks like he's trying to crawl out, but can't. Anyway, since I'm a mean, dirty cheater, he gets taken apart.
They're on the hillside already.
I'm gonna have these guys collapse in. They have to be running low on medical by now, though. At least halfway, based off of how many dudes have gone down, how much blood they've probably had to put in. But I'm gonna fold in this team. He goes down, but yeah, no, the AI, they're doing a lot more full auto weight, and I'm liking it. Like, this feels like it's actually being a challenge for them. I always have complaints where some of my ops are too easy for players. I go, okay, give me a few days, I'll see what I can do for you. But they're probably gonna get in the process of fully clearing this position, and then finding the cache and blowing it. That's probably gonna go over. Ooh, AT's coming in there, blowing stuff up. The cache is right here.
This is team to high.
This is high, send message, team.
Were there more than one cache per point?
Negative, 1 cache per objective point. 2 caches total. So I think Iopus, no, he's behind the building. That was... I don't think that was my grenade. Yeah, so Skelly's lining up to hit it with a law. And there it goes. Now he's getting engaged by the flanking group there. So they're probably going to pull back, get in the boats, reposition up here, and maybe attack that one from the north. And there it goes, falling through. So as they get in the boats and reposition, I'm going to quickly look over my VCOM settings. I'm going to see if I can disable the one that broke the garrison there, because I don't want to keep that one. Some of them I do want them to keep their garrisons. Oh, damn. Well, I got him. Well, Genzo, I'm not, the only reason I make it harder is because they tell me it's too easy in feedback. Yeah. So what? Did you see that? The texture just went, okay, that was weird. But that's why we have a feedback channel in TSB for Zeus, is to, you know, get feedback directly from their players. I've been told time and time again, you know, some things I do are too easy. So I'm like, okay, I'll make it worse. Edda's down and might bleed out at this rate. They're working on killing the last guy. He goes down. Also, these guys are using the same ammo as those, so...
Take your shit on.
Push. We're good to push, let's go.
Ada. Khalil, Larry, Alan.
So Skelly's trying to check in on Ada.
Blue all here. Red.
Data.
Now they're gonna double back and look for him.
No.
He's not fine.
God damn it.
This is why I'm doing a check-in. Stop
Where was he
looking
last
for
seen?
people.
Alright, we're gonna go right here, see if they find him. I think his heart rate would be out, but he still has plenty of time. TSB is also working on making a more difficult medical setting system that would have insta-death. Just, you know, making sure that ops have a dedicated reinsert method. Because playing that one life would be hell. But I think this guy right up here is about to find him. But let's see. VCOM settings. What do we got here? Yeah, no debug mode because that can be broken into. Disable artillery because they're really mean with that. AI will heal themselves and heal others. VCOM handling the spark and barking of AI. No, I like to handle that because VCOM can be a little finicky with that, and I don't like them disembarking early. Disembark from turrets, yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be faster if you get some.
AI steal, I turned that off because that can be really bullshitty. You can do class restrictions, but again, I just don't like it in general. Full speed AI, they will move quicker. This causes a lot of lag, so I don't do it, but it is a nice dynamic system. AI change formations based on location. I'm actually going to keep that, turn that one on. That one actually sounds dope. AI impacted by VCOM skill settings. Okay, no, that actually needs to go get turned on because I do have everything adjusted in here. And I can actually just turn it up in here if I want to. But this won't be affected till a server restart, so, you know, my difficulty I have preset will remain. AI ragdoll when hit, I do like that, you know, instead of them dying, they can feign death. That, I don't, I like to be the one that triggers things for my AI, so I turn that all down. AI will use enhanced movement, that's one of my favorite ones too, but let's see, if they break from the castle formation, then I might have to, you know, find what specifically causes that with VCon and adjust it, but they've picked Eda up, hopefully he will make it through, and they will continue with 8 players. Well, so Jay, the hardcore medical, as they're calling it, it's just going to be one of the potential, it's just to give mission hosts another medical setting to utilize. It's not going to be applied to every op, because, you know, in TSB, we do so many different things. We like to cater to everyone. And we're hoping that, you know, that'll also bring back some of the Zeuses to start Zeusing again with those harder settings because they want to do more hardcore things. It just means there's a second, you know, possible thing that mission makers can use. Not gonna lie, I probably won't use it unless I start getting back into, like, you know, 40-person, 50-person ops, like, dedicated on a weekly slot. Because at that point, it's really hard to balance the op for them. But, you know, we'll see what happens. So if I wasn't handicapping myself, I would have been, you know, constantly sending a squad or two, one from the north, one from, like, the southeast, and I would have probably forced them to leave Eda behind, but I will stick true to my word in this regard. Because, again, this is, for the T3 ops, we do the second ops for Sundays. Normally I have a public op before that, but I slept in instead. We're trying to get the skill level up for the players. Work with that. Nice and easy. Now that they are moving away from this AO, I am going to go on body deletion duty, and I can honestly just delete everything in here. And that helps with the frames. So they just screwed up loading him in the boat. So what they did was they loaded him in, but they did the wrong scroll wheel option to jump in, so they accidentally unloaded him. That's why it's sometimes better to load him with Ace.
Yeah, I need to know if I can got a boat.
So yeah, you gotta just make sure you don't do that. It is a little inconvenient for that option to be there at times, but it's also meant to be, you know, a quick way to unload people in case you're doing medevac, so So advanced Sunday school, I mean, that's one way to put it. It's a way for me to do really difficult operations or make harder operations as a whole with a group of players that I know can handle it. That way, you know, once these guys know how to handle things like that and are able to consistently perform, and a lot of these players have been the ones that want the harder stuff anyway, then they'll be able to breeze through anything that any other Zeus gives them. And then another thing TSB is starting to go off in is there's a lot of joint ops out there, and TSB, at least a lot of the higher-ups, want to start doing more representation. It started with FNF, but now, like, I led a bunch of people in 80-person op yesterday, the Jadokville siege, and you know, players want to play more of that, and I want to possibly get into making something like that and having a bunch of different communities come and play like an 80 to 100-person Zeus op, but we'll see. Nah, Assassin, because one of the gimmicks in this op is the boats, so I don't want to put pressure on it. But I let them take armed ones just in case, you know, they blew up both caches and pulled back to the boats. But realistically, they just have to leave this area. But we still have another op here. It's going to be harder to make the boats a thing, but I will probably send an off-road to, like, do a circular patrol here. Get the other off-road to go and do that.
On the way.
Cargo, loadout, garage. Because this one I do want to put the blast shield on. I want to hide the rail, though, because that... How do I put it? The rail makes him more accurate with the 50 cal. I mean, it used to be, regardless of what you gave them in terms of attachments for statics, the AI would just murder people. But I want to say ever since about, like, 6 months ago, it's actually gotten a lot nicer. But I will still see vanilla AI, like, pinpoint smack people with the vanilla turrets, but that's because the vanilla turret also has the scope on it. And that scope gives the AI a huge bonus.
I'm right here, next to you.
Okay, let's go to the rock.
But once we're there.
And it can be very, very nasty. Well, Jay, we could just say they bought them from PepsiCo, right? They have a bunch of Soviet Union grade ships that they've upscaled.
I don't even remember you getting. I've looked at it in the map. I can't remember. Ages back. Like no easy way in.
Yeah, so I think they're talking about this. There are a few ways in, but the cache is actually really close to their ingress point. Whether or not they realize this, we'll have to see. Where's the goats? I mean, that is supposed to be my thing, right? I haven't actually put goats on a server in a while. I think I was supposed to give someone goats, but I never did a few days ago, and that's my fault, but I don't know. It doesn't help that I'm completely out of it. Finals, man. Yeah, Jay, so they can just refit their own ships. But alright, I got a technical coming in. I'm going to do circular patrols with it. I've got 2 squads worth of guys to put in, which I will immediately call in on the north and southern sides to encompass. And I mean, I'll just have to be tactical with my remaining AI. I hope these guys don't ungarrison. They might, though, because of how VCOM likes to work. But we'll have to see how things go. Yeah, so I think they're checking that window, but there isn't a good angle from that corner to let them see that. And I do have a patrolling group that'll come up here. They could potentially hear them.
What's approaching the low ground then? Yeah, further east.
Another contact stationary.
But let's see at what point the AI aggro here, because these guys are now directly in their path. We'll probably have them run into this group. Oh yeah, this is gonna be bad. Yeah, so they went aggro for me, which is great. Now I gotta quickly set up that group. I'm glad they were pulling security there. Let's get the 2 squads in my remaining roster to come in. I'll send this one around. I just know the AI are not good at moving around on these areas. But yeah, nope, so we've got... They did leave the garrison at that point. All right. Good to know. I'll have to look into how I can prevent that from happening. And we're having a little bit of a stutter here. It's not actually not that noticeable. That's just VCOM running all the calculations. So now the players, what they really need to focus on is making sure that they do not break up too far apart, because once they start doing that, if they start getting knocked out and can't wake back up, then they could get lost and completely screwed. But yeah, some of my AI getting in the rocks because I had them set in there. I'm just getting them out of these areas. I'm just gonna... Ah, crap. Ground, this is high. Message over.
Go for us.
Ignore those explosions to your west. While I was end keying a guy that slid it into a rock, I accidentally blew up your boat, so I've respawned him. Fucking rookie mistake on my end, but sometimes that does happen. Just clearing out the cargo as well. Yes, it is 1 life. But what happened was when I selected him with a quick, you know, just drag select, it also see how those yellow symbols are right there, so I oofed that one pretty hard, but that's okay. Put the car there for now, because he's stopped. We have a few guys in here now. So far, let's see, I don't, we do have Skelly down. Nope, he's head bugged, and he is a Velociraptor. Classic. Granite on his own over here. He got hit, he's pulling back. And we got Malin pulling rear security. Actually, he was hit, but he woke up, and he is now running back as well. This group popped a lot of smokes to try to maneuver, and this group is still trying to come up. He's a target acquired because I accidentally right-clicked on that body. Whenever someone's head bugged like this, that's just an animation glitch. You can toggle their unconscious to fix them. Just knock them out and wake them back up. Usually it does it, but... I call them Velociraptors at that point. So you have these guys charging up. Smoke grenade was just thrown. Poor dude trying to medic himself. So you'll hear a lot of rounds crackling around. I'm going to break off the FAR patrols and try to send them in. Same with this group. Break it off, try to send it in. This guy. Break him apart, try to send him up. Yanni just got utterly fucked. Etta just got utterly fucked. Yanni might not wake back up because I just saw him get mag dumped right there too. So maybe don't go that way.
Good, Khalil?
That was not what I was expecting them to do, but alright.
Alright, anyone friendly down over here?
Yeah, that was not the smartest idea for them. It's not a mass cas yet. It's only 2 out of 9 people that are down. And Holy Light just pushed in there on his own and got utterly fucked. I am beginning to sense a pattern. Now they're 33% down. Holy Light just woke back up though, so that was cute.
There's a fucking HMG in the base of the tower. Yuski is dead.
They're saying Yuski's dead. Yeah, he probably took way too much rounds there. But yeah, I have that there because that's my hint that the tower is where the cache was. And we got this machine gunner now firing at dudes. He knocked out Granite. So we still have 3 people down. So it would. I regard mass cas as when, like, you know, 33% of your group is down. So by my definition, they're mass cas, but everyone has their own, you know, ratio for stuff like that. So this group's still patrolling. I'm gonna have them run up. I think we have AI here getting stuck, so I'm actually gonna replace them, try to vault them up. Because the AI don't know how to adjust in some of these rocky areas. I'm gonna make sure this guy has a full box as he runs up here as well. And we heard a lot of grenades just go off. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to say, because all these guys stopped walking because they don't know how to process this, so.
Copy. Solid copy.
So Yanni, he just died, so he's DC'ing, and then I'm having these guys follow, but this is it for my, you know, quote-unquote simulation. Holy Light's trying to work on Edda.
Yeah, it's down currently.
Holy's up, Holy's working on, fuck, I can't even remember at this point, probably Ada.
I just screwed that guy. That was my AI buddy. I think I just blew him up.
Be careful, Gabriel.
Holy just got picked off by possibly the rifleman that was going downstairs. Yep, so they just started taking him out. So he's down. So yeah, gotta clear the tower. Now the machine gunner's coming down. And the machine gunner just went down.
You're the only security.
So we have a very nasty mass cas at this point, but I only have a handful of dudes left. Yeah, they never cleared the rest of the tower, and I was going to send the machine gunner down, but the other guy started going down. But yeah, that tower is where the cache is.
Yeah, like, are you working guys inside? Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was all the AI, so I'm going to just maneuver these guys around. Just so the AI, because again, they're getting stuck on these rocks. So that wasn't, I have done traps like that in the past, Yanni, where I put a wall there, where there's a wall and I expect the players might vault over it, so I put a machine gun. But that's not why I had the machine gun there. I had the machine gun there because at the top of the tower is where the cache is, and I wanted to put a good machine gun somewhere. But we have Galil putting a charge on this. I'm trying to throw some grenades around. And they're putting AT in that other tower.
Work on Iopus.
Edda has died. Galil just jumped off.
What was the timer? There you go.
And watch this. Oh, well, that did not work in my favor. Had an inventory mark here. What's here?
Yep.
Oh, this isn't cheating. This is totally cheating.
Let's just come down slow so I can move.
Just gonna throw a flashbang through the window. Alright, we still have the car there, so we'll see what they do in that regard. They're carrying people out. But yeah, no, I was really surprised because Yanni, you vaulted in, you got killed by the machine gun. Edda followed, you also got hit by the machine gun. Then Holy traded with the machine gun as he came in. But that was not how I expected it to go down. But I have in the past, put, heavy guns right behind walls to make traps there, but that wasn't my intent this time. My intent was just to, cover this cache building. Because I thought, something like in here would be too obvious. In the center, I wanted to try to spice it up and actually put it in the tower. But also give the option of, if you guys saw it from up there, you could just snipe it and then proceed to the other one. Because I don't know how you guys are going to tackle this AO. Could be one of many ways. Now, we still have this 50 right here. He is guns up and he is looking, and I would love to see some pickoffs, because if I see him start shooting, I am going to take control of that driver and start driving around. Just for kicks. And the driver is driving away, because he's... So I have to say, if he hits that rock and kills himself, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Tell me when you have anything on your shoulders.
They've got AT out and they're looking around. Granite's looking around. Holy's picking up Iopus. I think you just bandaged him.
Copy.
And the car is... not driving where I want. Oh, I just took the gunner seat. I can still order the driver around, but I wanted to take the driver so the gunner would just, do gunner things. Car's noping out because he's a little pussy, but we'll get him back in the AO. Make him work for it. Mr. Powderstar, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this. Come on, go pull security. 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 Oh, VCOM has you. Oh, sad face. Yeah, there you go. No, that's not where I want. Come on. There we go. We're just gonna start driving. So realistically, this would be cheating, but I mean, this guy was supposed to stay there and shoot at them, so I'm just trying to get him to do what he's supposed to do. Now we got 50 cal going by. Oh, well, they got me. Hit the sign. That's everyone.
He's not bad.
Oh,
he's down. Galil's also down.
If you're not up, get up.
Yeah. It's back in 2018 when I first introduced VCOM and had to fight with all the AI's little workings there. That's the one issue with giving VCOM high control of your op is things happen. But yeah, I'm going to assume they're able to pick people up and bring them down.
Galil won't survive.
No one... Did anyone pick up Yanni's LR? Oh, that's... Yeah, that's awkward. So I'll wait till they leave the AO then, because otherwise I would have just told them it was Index, but with no way of communication, then...
What did I fucking hit?
Oof.
Oh, I didn't aim right. Went over him.
Alright. So yeah.
I don't use the vanilla modes very much, so I aimed fucking above him.
Yeah, so Skelly was the one that missed the shot he had over. He was just recorrecting because the vanilla site's different than the RHS mod site. Why would I drop an atomic bomb? There's no reason to.
Tell me, Kyle, do you still have a pulse?
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
A little bit of blood.
13 days delayed, but here are the emotes you asked for. Lcpl Yop Chan and 890 GG and 890 Lug Barb R39 Irwin's Barb R39 Chug Pride Pog Pride Uwu 2020 Unroll Hype Block.
What? What? Fucking emote readout, I swear to God.
I'm giving him CPR, he should be good. Yeah, heart rate and blood. I'm carrying it.
There's back up.
Alright, my group's finally getting their project stuff together, that's why I paused. But I'm having them send me all their audio recordings so I can splice it together in a presentation. Sound like a Russian number station. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean?
It's a passion for love.
But Dutch, thank you for the 10-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this.
I was way down in the middle of the road.
And I hope you're all staying safe on COVID as well.
Probably because you guys were stood up, but they saw you quicker. I don't know.
Alright. So 2 KIA because vaulting over a wall instead of just going around the other way is not the smartest thing to do. Did I hear your conversation with Mount about rabbits? No, I did not. And I'll count it down to 10. Well, I mean, a training group is technically like 20 to 25, and there was only 100 AI they fought, so.
Ground forces to high.
Yeah?
Where and out.
Oh, he outed me, Ree. Alright. So, today's gimmick, quote-unquote, with that was... Sorry, throwing TeamSpeak up. VCOM settings tweaked even further, and then I also brought skill a little higher than I normally would. First AO you went to, just past that rock ridge on the other side was a group of 4, and VCOM will actually aggro the AI if they hear you. And one of you was on yelling, and as soon as you started talking, the AI aggroed. Wasn't me, it was literally, they just went guns up, prone, turned around, and I just waited, maneuvered them around, and then Skelly ran into 2 of them that were trying to come up on you and got sprayed in the face with a machine gun. So, big firefight ensued. You guys maneuvered as they were maneuvering on you. Ended up winning, almost left Iota behind, picked him up, brought him back. That was great. Second firefight, you lost 2 people because you decided to, instead of going around, because there was an entryway there, you vaulted over a rock wall, which unfortunately had a 50 cal in the tower because that was the tower at the top where the cache was. And that's how Yanni got completely gunned down and died. And then Edda didn't have enough time to get bandaged because, as I believe Holy was bandaging him, one of the guys from the tower started creeping down, which I was originally going to do. And then I looked down and actually saw that an AI was doing it already and gunned Holy down. And I think Edda eventually bleeded out. And then someone finally cleared the tower. So overall, not bad. Just a few small mistakes. Just remember, sometimes vaulting over walls is not a good idea because you don't know what's on the other side. It might be at a really wonky angle. I would have never thought that that would have happened in that scenario because I knew, you know, you would come from the water. So I like how you would end up on the other side of the castle vaulting that wall never occurred to me. But I mean, you know, sometimes it happens. But overall, hope you guys had fun. Hope that was challenging enough for you because I know some of you have said in the past my stuff is getting a little too easy, so I hope that was a nice change of pace. And let's just go down the list. Skelly, anything to say?
Well, I was a bit concerned when the machine gun had got like multiple people in the tower. I thought we could have thought people could have needed it, but I didn't see the full thing, so I didn't really go.
All right, Yanni.
Not much. I was happy with how things went other than my end.
You're
Few
really
other
far away.
people's oopsie, but yeah, it went fairly smoothly. We didn't, for the amount of KIAs we could have had, we had kind of a lot, so medicing and saving people was on point.
That's another small point I want to make. You guys almost lost the initial firefight at the first AO because you were separated out really far, and some people started getting picked off, and there was no one to, start immediate medical. So, just make sure you have battle buddies. But I do like how people were checking in, because otherwise no one would have found Etta at the end. So I believe you adjusted for it, but just still, good reminder. Etta, anything?
I should pack more epi.
Galil?
Had fun, no complaint.
Granite?
Same. Enjoyed. With no pack, it made it challenging. It made every action have
I
a
did take the
consequence.
packs away, too. I forgot about that. Holy?
Well, lack of pack was good. We had too much space because of our backpack, so we were still basically Rambo reviving ourselves. Other than that, everything seemed relatively fair. There was a lot of weapon shake on Pain and on fatigue. I can't remember exactly what it's called, exhaustion, whatever. Other than that, I don't know why they would have a 50 cal in the base of a tower. I don't understand what strategic advantage that gives them.
Last stand.
Did they assemble an entire 50 cal in 15 minutes?
It was there from the beginning.
Why would they?
Because this is a training exercise. If you read the description as you load it in, it said you're training against 4 other groups. That's the lore for it, but yeah.
Still, I couldn't throw a grenade into there because, there was friendlies inside. So I had a choice of not going in there and pulling out friendlies or trying to 1v1 a 50 cal with a shield.
Well, so how that thing was built was, someone would look in, probably get shot by the 50, but he'd be at the doorway so you could drag him back and then throw the grenade. But what ended up happening was Yanni freaking out that when he was under fire after vaulting the wall, charged in there, not realizing the 50 was there, and that's what created that situation. So,
yeah.
Again, I didn't design the situation to be like that. That was just a simple, little thing that turned into a much bigger thing because I didn't expect you guys to do the AO that way. But that's why I like Zeusing, because you guys can create some of these scenarios that I could have never thrown together myself. So,
nothing else.
All right, Iopus?
It was fun. Both the difficulty. It felt like my bullets weren't hitting with the flash hider, and I took it off, and it felt like they were suddenly hitting. I don't know. But yeah, no, it was fun.
Larry?
It was good. And sorry for throwing a grenade at the 50 after you got down, but had to be done. It apparently wasn't enough.
And Malin.
I had fun. Everything went relatively well, and we didn't die. It's always a good thing.
Speak for yourself.
All right, well, that's all I got today. Glad you guys had fun. If you have any ideas for any training things you want to see, both vets and 3s, let me know, because I'm going to keep this going. And, yeah, I'll BRB one sec.
Last 2 ops have been pretty good. Also, I would have never expected there to be a 50 there. I was like, okay.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. We'll be back tomorrow with, I haven't planned the main op yet, but the secondary op will be the IFA op with laser guns. And going forward, I'm prepping some Emu War stuff, some Stargate stuff, and we'll see what else.